Hello, everyone, and welcome to Disney Magic Podcast, a fun new Disney podcast hosted by a British guy. I'm your host, Zach Campbell, and you can join me every other week for magical stories, amazing guests, intriguing history, and overall a trip down Main Street, USA. From Disney parks to a galaxy far, far away, we'll be talking all things Disney and just how magical it is. Get ready for this episode because it's starting in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. How are you doing? How's it going? If you're new here, that's fine. If you're old here, welcome back. Welcome to a brand new episode. We're solo today, and I have a good idea. Something that no one's ever done before. We're gonna rank the Walt Disney World hotels. Now, I have not stayed in all of them. I have stayed in like 2. But we're going to be a little bit judgmental. We're going to be a little bit out there. We're going to be like, yo, this looks nice. Would I stay here? Is this one that I would stay in? There might be some hot takes. And that's okay. We're all good with that. Here on this channel. The more hot takes, the better, because you can all have an opinion. Absolutely fine. You can do what you're gonna do. So today, I've been ranking the Walt Disney World Resort hotels, and yeah, that's that. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's go. All right. So. Alrighty. So, it looks like we've got all of them here. I think we've got all of them. Looks like we've got all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it looks like we've got them. There's like 20 there, which sounds about right. Now, we're gonna go. We're not doing like from moderate to like you know, value to deluxe. That's not how we're ranking them here. We're going to rank them personally from would I stay there, and experiences of me wanting to stay there. And we're gonna rank them down to see which ones are the ones that I feel I would stay in, from S tier, being like, yes, I do want to stay there, or I had like the best time, or I feel like I would have the best time, like the best amenities and all that kind of stuff, pools and all that kind of stuff. Would I stay there? All the way down to F with like, it's fine. It wouldn't be my first spot to go there. So yeah, we're gonna go through them all. Just have a look. Just see where they land. So starting off with, we've got the values. We've got the All Stars here. Now, I have stayed in the All Stars Sports back in the day, and I liked it. We were there for a couple of days before we got upgraded to Caribbean Beach, and we were staying in, I believe, like the tennis wing. We had Huey, Dewey, and Louie outside of our room, like statues playing tennis and things like that. And it was a fun time. I love how the value resorts are themed. They're very, very like themed for children, which is good, because as you go up to like the deluxe, they get less and less themed, in my personal opinion. Like the Contemporary or the Grand Floridian, it is not as themed as, like, say, the Polynesian or Port Orleans. In my personal, they are themed, but they're not as themed as they could be, in my personal opinion. And that's a hot take, probably. I don't know. Anyhow,
All Star Sports is one that I do remember quite well. Being there when I was 16, and it was fun. I liked it. We were there for a couple of days before we got upgraded to Caribbean Beach. We had some. It was a weird time we went. When we went, there was like loads of like must have been like a massive trip or something for like these Brazilian people. There was loads of like Latin Americans, like Brazil, Colombia. There's like loads of these groups of people, and at the time, my youngest brother was like 12, 13 months old, and he was struggling sleeping so much, like so much, and it got to a point where they were up like late at night, and they were waking him up, and he was not going back to sleep for like another couple of hours, purely because of the heat. I think it was like heat exhaustion. It was just so warm for him that he wasn't used to it. So yeah, I enjoyed All Star Sports. I've got a good memory of it, to be fair. Would I stay there again, or would I put myself in a position where I want to stay at the All Star Sports? I'd put it like a high A. I'd put it like a high A, and I think because I've been there before, there's all these other resorts that I do want to explore and do want to go and stay at. The All Star Sports, I've done it. It's fine. It's a really good resort for like value and things like that. But I'm not going out of my way to like, yes, I need to stay here again, 100%. So next one we're gonna do is the movies. Now I didn't stay at the movies. I've been on the movies property because all three of these are very close together, up near the Animal Kingdom. So they're very close to Animal Kingdom, and you know, fair. It's a nice. They're all nice. They're all nice. They're all three of them. The movies has Toy Story in there. It has Herbie, 101 Dalmatians. And I can't think of the other one. There is another one. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed walking around it. It was fun. Would I go on my way to stay there? Not really. I feel like there are other places. I'm gonna put it at B. So there are other places that I would stay, and just be like, yeah, fair. You know, that's what we're doing. It's fine. It's fine. Now, the All Stars music, however, I'm going to be staying there in August. That is my value resort of choice. I've been wanting to stay at the All Stars music for years. I'm a big music fan. I love music. It is honestly, music is deep inside me. It is my soul. I love music. I really, really do. And so to stay in a resort that is based off music is just one of those little dreams come true. It's a little check mark for for ticking off. Now, I have been trying to get out my way to stay at All Star Music, and granted, I'm not. I know it's still a value resort. I know there are other better ones out there on property, but this one to me just speaks to me, or should I say sings to me, because music. He knows. But yeah, so All Star Music is probably one that I do want to stay at, and I hope that it lives up to my little. I don't, it's a value. I don't have a lot of expectations. I expect it to be clean. I expect it to be tidy, and that's all I can expect. I know the value resort, sometimes the beds are not the greatest, or the rooms are small. It's only me. I'm going solo, so I don't need a big room. I don't need a fancy bed. Granted, the bed could be, if the bed's comfy enough, it's comfy enough. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's all good. We'll rock it. But the All Stars music is one that I have been wanting to say, and that is one reason why it's going to be an S, because out of the three, it is the one that I've been wanting to stay in the most. The sports was great. The movies is fine. Like, I'm okay with that. And the All-Star music is right up there for me. Moving up to a deluxe resort now. Animal Kingdom Lodge. Now, split into two. There is it Jamba and Kitane? It's not Kitane. What is it? It's something. It's something along those lines. Jumba House and Kitari House or something like that. I'll put it on screen because why not? But yeah, Animal Kingdom Lodge looks so good, and this I love. I'm a big fan of like giraffes and I'm a big fan of animals. I love animals. I love going to the zoo. It's one reason why Animal Kingdom is like one of my favorite parks, because of the wildlife, because of what they do, the conservation, nursing the animals and looking after them and things like that. I love exploring new animals. I love the big animals, not like insects and reptiles and stuff, like giraffes, elephants, lions, tigers, the monkeys, all that kind of stuff, like the wildlife of like Africa and the savannah and all that kind of stuff, and the outback of like Australia, kangaroos and all that kind of stuff. I love all of that. I enjoy going to see that. I enjoy learning about them. And so Animal Kingdom Lodge is probably one that I do want to stay at a lot. Every time I see videos on it, I'm like, yes, you guys are living the dream. You're living at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You get the savannah view at the Animal Kingdom Lodge looks so good. It really, really does. I love the look of it. And oh man, it just looks great. So honestly, I think Animal Kingdom Lodge is again going to be another S tier for me personally. And that is one that I do want to stay at a lot. Moving on to the art of animation. This is the newest one, or one of the newer ones. And it's for families. It's based on animation. It's got Nemo, it's got Cars, it's got Lion King and the Little Mermaid in their courtyards, and it looks so good. It's across the way from Pop Century. It's on the same side, like same area of Pop Century. It's literally just a bridge away. Is it called Millennium Bridge or something like that? Something along those lines. A Millennium Bridge. But yeah, it looks so good. I remember keeping up to date when they were building all of this, because I think they started building like 2012, like back end of 2011, 2012, when it was all like announced and start being built and stuff like that. And it looks so good, man. Like the Cars area, I'm a huge fan of Cars, like Lightning McQueen and Mater and all that kind of stuff. I'm a huge fan. So when they started announcing all of this, I was like, yes. Oh my nose, sorry guys. But when they started announcing, I was like, yes, this looks great. They've got family suites there, enough to house like 6 to 8 people, I believe. Or is it 4 to 6? It's something along those lines. They have like a Murphy bed. They have like a room. That's and then the sofa comes out, and that's a bed. So probably like 6 to 8 people, and it just looks so fun, man. Like I'd love to stay in them one day. But I mean, again, granted, the only one I would want to stay at really is either Lion King or the Cars. Little Mermaids, fine, yeah, and Nemo, fine. The only thing about the Nemo area, is their pool had, I don't think they have them anymore. I think they got rid of them. But it had underwater speakers, which was like very cool at the time. I was like, whoa, that's dope. Let's get them. But yeah, so it's fun. It looks really good. It's it's still classed as a value, but it's pricey. And I'm gonna put that in as a fact because it is a little bit pricier than what I feel like I would want to pay. I'm getting the same kind of experience of like heavily themed courtyards, All Stars Music, All Stars Sports, and All Stars Movies for a little bit cheaper. I think by like £200-300 cheaper from what I've seen. And yeah, so out of animation, I do want to stay there, but the price puts me off a little bit. So for that reason, I am going to put it in a B. I'm going to put it in a B. Just below All Star Movies, or actually just above All Stars Movies, I think. Did it not let me do that? Oh, there we go. So just above All Star Movies is where that is going to go. Now, the next one is, we're moving over to Epcot, and this is Beach Club. Now, these two, there are two of them. We've got the Beach and Yacht Club. Actually, oh, there's more, because the Swan and Dolphin's not on here, from the look of it. But they're not technically owned by Disney, so they're just, they're on Disney property, but they're not owned by Disney. Alright, fair. So we've got the Beach Club and we've got the Yacht Club. These two, I don't know enough about them, so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's not my cup of tea. It feels, that they're up near Epcot Boardwalkway, I believe. But yeah, the Beach Club, I don't know enough about it. I've never really seen anyone that I follow stay there on like YouTube and things like that, both at the beach and the yacht. So I don't know enough about it. So for that reason, I am going to put it in an F because I don't have a solid position to say yes, I like this. I know of this hotel, but I physically can't do that because I don't know enough. So yeah, all right. Moving on to the Boardwalk Hotel. Now, the Boardwalk is probably one of my favorite places on Disney property. It just screams Main Street USA, like turn of the century to me. It's just gorgeous. It's quiet. And if you want kind of like some new places to eat and explore and just have a quiet time, Boardwalk is for you. It's literally behind Epcot. You can walk to Boardwalk or you can get a friendship boat from Epcot to Boardwalk. Excuse me. And the Boardwalk Hotel, or just Boardwalk in general, is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I absolutely love the Boardwalk. And it's probably, like I say, it's probably one of my favourite places outside of the parks to go and visit. And I will be making sure to go and visit when I go. But saying that, the Boardwalk Hotel, is it worth it? Is it one of those places I want to stay? 100%. 100%. It is a deluxe hotel on property, away from the hustle. I feel like away from the hustle and bustle. And I feel like not many people go there and stay at the Boardwalk kind of area. So for that reason, I feel like it'd be quiet and everything like that, it is going to be a very high A. It's going to be a very, very high A. Very, very close to S. And the only reason it's not an S is because, sure, it's quiet and you've got the views and things like that, but I feel like it's missing just a little something. Kind of like with Animal Kingdom Lodge, you've got the savannah, the boardwalk. I feel like you've got the boardwalk view and you've got like the view over to Epcot, I believe. But I feel like there are other places with some other like better views for me personally. And so it is a very high A, like a very high. It is very much touching an S tier for me, but it doesn't quite cross that threshold to get to an S. And yeah, the next one we've got is Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Now, when we went in 2011, we stayed at All Star Sports. We had a little bit of trouble with tourists and things like that, keeping little baby Brandon awake. And you know, we went to the front desk. He was like, "Look, we're having a little trouble. We need to sort something out." He was like, "Oh, we've got some spare rooms at another hotel if you want. We've got some spare rooms at Disney's Caribbean Beach over near, over there." I was like, "Okay, cool. Sweet." So we packed up. We was literally at All Star Sports for like 2 days. We spent the rest of our 12 days at Caribbean Beach. Gorgeous. So we packed up. We went on our way. We went over to the Caribbean Beach I believe we went on the bus. We had bell services pick up our stuff, and they took it over for us. We did all of that. Didn't need to worry, because we were now a moderate resort, baby. We sure were. We were moving on up in the world. And let me tell you, we were staying at where were we? Were we Trinidad? I feel like we were Trinidad. Like we were at the back end, the very back end of it. And these rooms are no longer there. They were themed to Pirates of the Caribbean. The beds were pirate ships. The room was gorgeously themed to Pirates of the Caribbean. Like it had like a chest for your clothes. Fridge was a barrel. It was freaking dope. It was really, really cool. Very, very nicely themed. But we were further back. We were like right at the back of the property, which was fine. I enjoy a walk like that. I enjoy a walk. And the Caribbean Beach, man, it was just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. It is beautiful. It really, really is. I cannot tell you enough how beautiful this place is. The pools were gorgeous. The main pool over near oh my gosh, my nose. Sorry. The main pool over near the foyer, the lobby and the concierge and things like that was just beautiful. The slide is insane. The slide is so good. They've got a splash pad for the kids. It's a good time. But the thing that put it over the edge for me at Caribbean Beach was the fact that we had our own personal kind of like pool, literally like not even a 5-minute walk. It was gorgeous. We were there, we stayed there most of the time in the pool, just swimming, playing. It's where Jake learned to swim, in that pool. Jake learned to swim over there. Brandon was a little water baby anyway. And good times, very, very good times. We met like a family from New York there, and we we had like this Nerf ball, and we just threw this Nerf ball to and from each other for like probably about 3 hours, man, in the pool. It was just such a good time, and this guy was just like so kind. It literally to like 11 o'clock at night, we were like playing friggin' this Nerf ball. It's such a good time, such a riot of a time. It was so good. Oh, I love the Caribbean beach. It holds a lot of memories for me. It really does. And I know they've just they redid it a couple of years ago, and it is home to the Skyliner. And that just makes it a little bit better. That just makes it. It was up here. Now it's like up here. And I think you know where this one's going, man. I think you know where this one's going. It's going in a very high S tier. I mean, it's going before All Stars Music, and it's going before Animal Kingdom Lodge. It is honestly my favourite place, and I would, in a heartbeat, if I could upgrade to that hotel, I would, because I love all the things Caribbean. I love all things Polynesian. I love all of that tropical-esque kind of stuff, and that fits the bill. The Caribbean beach fits the bill, and oh, yes, 100%, 100%. All right, moving on to the Contemporary Resort. This was one of the first ones built on property for the Walt Disney World Resort. It has the monorail going through it, which is a very, very cool architectural, way to do things. It has Mary Blair's five-legged goat, which is just, if you know, you know, you know. It is a deluxe resort. I feel like it is, and this is going to be a hot take. Now, it has the monorail, it has, Chef Mickey's, it has the five-legged goat. I feel it is the lower end of the deluxe resorts. Nowadays, I think it is. I think it is. I don't know. It's not one that I would stay in. Like, obviously, if I was given the chance, like, hey, do you want to stay in the Contemporary and like have 2 weeks, or 2-3 weeks at Disney World? Hell yeah, brother, 100%. But it is not one that I would go out of my way to be like, I need to stay in the Contemporary. I need to stay in this hotel right now, or my hotel my holiday is going to be ruined. So yes, I can see it's a good one, but I feel like it's the lower end of the deluxe resorts, and that is a hot take. So for that reason, I am going to put it in a D. It is a D. It is a D. It's our first D here, and purely because I feel like it is lacking a little bit in like pizzazz. For a deluxe resort, I feel like the deluxe are, they have to have a little bit of je ne sais quoi. And for me, Contemporary doesn't have that. The only thing it's got going for it, really, for me personally, is a five-legged goat, Mary Blair's five-legged goat, and the monorail running through it on the resort loop. I'm sorry if you're a Contemporary fan. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, Gotta do what you gotta do. That's just my opinion. Anyhow, moving on. Moving on to the Coronado. The Coronado Springs? Coronado Springs. I think that's it. Coronado Springs. Yeah, moving on to that one. Again, this is not one that I know a lot about. I know it's... I feel like it went through a phase where it was like mega popular, Coronado. I feel like it went through a phase where everyone was staying there. Excuse me. And then it just kind of veered off a little bit. I don't know why. It looks like a very nice hotel. I feel like it's a moderate. It's a moderate hotel. It looks great. I love the look of it. Again, it's not one that I'm going to jump at the chance to jump at, and I don't know enough about it. So I am going to put it in an F. I feel like F is going to be the ones that I just don't know enough about. Now, here's one I know a lot about. And this one brings a lot to the table. Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. Now, I am not one for camping. I am not. I would not sleep in a tent if you paid me the largest amount of money in the world. I am a very materialistic piece of little boy. I need a bed. I need a roof that is, structured. The only type of camping I would do is glamping or RVing. A lot of people stay at this resort in the cabins and RVs. I've been watching a lot of Tim, who's done a lot of RV stays, the back end of last year, and they always look like fun. They always do. They look so good, and they have the golf carts. I really want a golf cart. I really, really do. I want a golf cart so bad, like 100%. Like I just want one. I will 100% learn to drive where the golf carts are allowed. I'll learn to drive and have a golf cart as my car. That's fine. So I can whip it around town a little bit. You know what I mean? That's my goal. That is what I want to do. That is my goal in life. I will die happy if I can have a golf cart, pimped out, stereo, subwoofer, all that fun stuff. Neons, yes, that sounds sick. That sounds so fucking good. So that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. Now, Fort Wilderness, I won't do the camping. I will do the RVing, and I love the look of the cabins. Now, the cabins are changing. And they're open for DVC. Not so much they're being built off-site; they're being brought in. So it's a lot of change happening at Fort Wilderness. But yeah, it looks like a fun time. I 100% would stay at Fort Wilderness in either an RV or one of the cabins. And I would hire a golf cart. Because I feel like it is part of your. I pretty much think it's station. Like it is one of those where you if you are staying on Fort Wilderness ground, you need a golf cart because you've got the loops. You can drive around all of the loops in your golf cart. Especially if you go at Christmas and Halloween, people decorate their plot with inflatables and lights, and it just looks like such a fun time. It really does. It really it looks like a riot of a time. It really does. So for that, Fort Wilderness for me is probably going to be a B. It's going to go in front of Sports, just behind Boardwalk. I would like to say at the Boardwalk more than Fort Wilderness because obviously Fort Wilderness you've got the wildlife, and I'm not for wildlife like bugs and stuff, and I don't know if bears roam around there. I don't think bears roam around. I know deer do. I know deer roam around there, and squirrels and all that kind of stuff. So that's fine. But yeah, it is just below Boardwalk in our A tier here. Okay, next one is the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. Now, the Grand Floridian. Where do we stand on the Grand Floridian? I don't know. It is the grandest. It has the wedding pavilion. It has a spa. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous hotel to look at any time of day. Any time of day. But I feel like here's my thing. Here's my thing, and I don't know if this is just me. But Alice in Wonderland, or Alice from Alice in Wonderland, is their main character of the Grand Floridian, from what I can tell. She always seems to appear at like character breakfast and things like that. And so, yeah, 1900 Park Fair is there, or is due to be coming back there, I believe. After it went away before COVID and things like that, or during COVID. But the 1900 Park Fair is there, and it's English themed characters, so kind of like Winnie the Pooh and Alice in Wonderland. I get it. I get it. It gives off that English kind of like manner, kind of like esque, kind of like thing. If you were to go a little bit further into the countryside, but it's also like a grand scale beach house, and I don't know what kind of vibe they're going for, because inside is gorgeous. Inside is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. The outside of it, the whole area itself is beautiful. I feel like it's a little bit misunderstood to what it is. Is it a beach house? Is it English themed? Is it Florida themed? Like, the name Grand Floridian would associate more with a beach house than it would kind of like an English manor. Now, I get it. It's grand. England is meant to be seen as a place where everybody lives in mansions, and that's just not the case. I'm sorry to break it to you, it's just not the case. We don't have enough land for that. All of our houses, like 90% of our houses, are kind of like this. So, like, my house is attached to someone else's. I'm in a semi-detached, so like the house that I'm in is semi-detached. We're attached to someone else, and then we've got a little bit of space, and then we've got someone else's house there. That's just not how. It's just you guys over in the States have more space than we could possibly ever have. Ever. So, yeah. I don't know if that's the reasoning. I don't know if that's just me being pedantic and just being a bit stupid. But I don't know. I would like to stay there, but it is going to go in a C. It's our first C here. It's our first C. And I don't know. It's just one of them. I feel like, it's fine. It's all right. It's like middle of the road. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But it is not like a bucket list place for me to stay. It's not like screaming out at me for where I want to stay. It's really not. Like, if I got the chance, sure. But I'm not jumping my boots to like stay there. You know what I mean? There are other deluxe resorts that I would jump at the chance to stay at. Like Animal Kingdom Lodge and another couple coming up here in just a few. But yeah, so anyhow, moving on to our next one, Key West Resort. Now, I feel like this is the same as Coronado Springs. I feel like everyone was staying here. Everyone had room tours. Everyone had resort tours. And then it just disappeared. Like, you just forgot about it. And it's Old Key West is the one with like the giant lighthouse, I believe, and it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, a beautiful piece of land. But I think it's also just a DVC resort. Like, it's a Disney Vacation Club resort. Like, regular people can stay there if you're not a DVC member. But DVC, it is mainly a Disney Vacation resort. So, I mean, I'd love to stay there. I'd love to get DVC one day. That's the goal. Move over to closer to the States. Move over to the States. Move closer to Disney World. Become an annual pass holder. Become an AP. Become a pass hole, as you were. Become a pass hole. Get DVC. Stack up them points. Stay in the Animal Kingdom Lodge, like, tree houses. They look good. They look freaking sick. They look dope. But yeah, I stay there, man. But Key West, I mean, I'm not jumping up my boots. Again, I don't know enough about it to say yes, I want to stay here. I know it has like some killer lighthouse outside. It looks gorgeous. But yeah, it's not one that I am proper like, yes, I need to stay here. The next one, however, the next one, the Polynesian Village Resort. Oh, baby, give me that 100%. The Polynesian is gorgeous. I love the Polynesian. Same kind of aspects as the Caribbean beach. I love all of that kind of area of like the Caribbean and the Polynesian island of like Hawaii and all that kind of stuff. And oh, it's why Alani is like a bucket list place for me to visit, because staying in Hawaii and a spa, hell yeah, hell to the yeah, 100%. Now this place is gorgeous. Their pool is insane. Their pool is probably one of my favourites on property. Oh, it's so good. It's a volcano. It looks so good. It looks so cool. 100%. I would live at that resort 100%. Now, is it an S tier? 100%. It is an S tier. It's an S tier for me. I would stay at that resort in a heartbeat. Yes. And it is going... you know what? It's going above Caribbean Beach, but only slightly. Only by like a slither of a margin. By a slither of a margin. Now the next one is a big one. Next one's a big one. The next one is our another value resort. Oh my nose. Either one is a value resort. This is Disney's Pop Century. Now, I enjoy Pop Century. I enjoy the aspect. I enjoy it. It goes from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. You know, through all those pop culture. Oh, excuse me. Through all those pop culture kind of like before the turn of the century of like the millennium. Oh my gosh. Through the turn of the millennium. You know, I was born in the 90s. I grew up like back end of the 90s, so I was born in 94. I grew up like back end of the 90s into the early 2000s, and that was my childhood. You know, it's a very cool aspect, a very cool idea for a hotel, and a lot of people rave about this hotel. A lot of people rave about it, and honestly, I like the idea, but it's not one of my favourites. I wouldn't jump at the chance to be like, yes, I need to stay at the Pop Century. This is a goal of mine to stay at the Pop Century. That might be a hot take. It might be a hot take because I know a lot of people love this hotel purely for like the theming. I enjoy the theming. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the theming. But that I feel like there are other value resorts to me personally that are themed to my taste, like the All Stars music and the art of animation. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in a C. I'm going to put it below the Grand Floridian because obviously it's a value. Grand Floridian deserves a little bit of respect, but it is a C. It is very much a C. It's like middle of the road for me, and yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Now the next one, ho, baby, the Port Orleans Resort, split into two. You've got French Quarter and Riverside. Now, these two beautiful hotels are 100% a bucket list item for me, especially French Quarter. Riverside is gorgeous. I love the appeal of Riverside. The giant wheel well on their docking of the Sassagoula River to go to Disney Springs is just beautiful. French Quarter, though, is another level of theming for me personally. It just captures that essence of New Orleans that I feel is New Orleans. If you want to explore New Orleans in a family-friendly way on Disney property, French Quarter is for you. Port Orleans, Riverside, and Port Orleans French Quarter is for you. I love the look of these two resorts. The French Quarter is probably the smallest on property, and the Riverside is probably one of the smallest. But that doesn't take it away from it. If anything, that makes it even better, because they've not tried to expand it beyond what it can't be. You know, stretching it out. They've just made it big enough for everyone to enjoy as much as possible. And Port Orleans is a big one for me. It really, really is. So for me, this is going to be probably an S tier for me. It's going to go above Port Orleans, above Caribbean Beach, and below the Polynesian. I would like to say the Polynesian more, but the Port Orleans, either of them, is very, very high for me to wanting to stay. 100%. The next one is the Riviera. This is the newest hotel. I feel like this is the latest hotel that they have made. On property, and it's French theme, the French Riviera, you know, kind of like era of time. It looks gorgeous. It really does. I mean, I've just watched a video. Oh my gosh. I just watched a video from Teacup for One, Topolino's Terrace. The outfits for Daisy and Donald just look beautiful, like French artists, or like artists. Gorgeous. And Topolino's Terrace, the food looked insanely good. The hotel itself, I remember when I was watching it, when it first opened, Tim did a review of one of the rooms on one of like the suites. Beautiful. It is a DVC resort, which means you can have it as your home hotel for when you do things. But it just looks gorgeous, beautiful. It has the Skyliner that goes to Caribbean Beach, Riviera, and they share the same plot of land. Riviera is across the way from Caribbean Beach, which is nice. I don't know if you can walk from Caribbean to Riviera, but I feel like it's close enough. Like, you can literally get the Skyliner, go across, and boom. And you can go to Epcot to Hollywood Studios as well. It just looks good. It looks beautiful. It really does. Is it one that I would like to stay in? Yes. Is it an S tier for me? I don't think so. I don't think it's an S tier, but I do think it is a very high B, very close to an A. Very close to an A. The only reason I've put it at a B is because, I mean, there's other places that I do want to stay at more. I mean, 100% there are other places I want to stay at more, but I would not say no to that. I mean, I would take the Caribbean Beach over Riviera any day of the week, and I think that is one reason why it isn't a B, because the Caribbean Beach to me is like top tier. Next one we're going on to is Saratoga Springs. Now, again, this is another one that I don't know enough about. I feel like not enough people talk about this, and I feel like maybe I need to do more research with these ones. Like maybe I need to, dive into some more Disney YouTubers and be like, what are these resorts like? Because I feel like I've never seen a resort tour. I feel like I've never seen it walking around. And you know what? Next time I go, like not this time around, because this time around it's for me. Next time I go, maybe I'll just take the 2 weeks and just walk around all the freaking resorts. Like just do, here we go. Let's go. We're gonna do some resort tours. My own personal gratitude, because I feel like I don't know enough about these places. Saratoga Springs, again, I'm just gonna put it down in this F tier here because I don't know enough about it. But yeah, I mean, we've got two left now. We've got two left. We've got the Yacht Club, which I feel like is just going to go down here anyway. That can go with the beach. And Disney's Wilderness Lodge is the next. It's the last one here. And it's on Fort Wilderness property. This is on like Wilderness property. And the Wilderness Lodge, it is like their hotel, or like their cabins, I believe, or the cabin lodge. And it does look very nice. It does look very, very nice. It's beautiful. It's very well themed. It's inside, which I appreciate for so I don't have to camp on Fort Wilderness property. But yeah, so that's that. Where would I rank it though? Would I feel like I'd stay more at Fort Wilderness with like an RV, purely because of the golf cart. That is a high. That is an A for me. I don't know, man. I feel like I'd put it down. I'm going to put it at a D. I'm going to put it above Contemporary, and it's going to be just on the margin of a C and a D. And the only reason is because I would prefer Fort Wilderness more, because I feel like, I mean, it's still on the same patch of land, but I feel like Fort Wilderness, you have more to do. You can do your outdoor camping type stuff. You can grill. You have like community spaces and stuff like that. Fort Wilderness Lodge, I feel like you would have less to do in that area, because obviously the main portion of going to Fort Wilderness is to explore the camping and the RVing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's going to stay there. So let's take a quick look at my tier list, and if you do want to do it, I will leave it down below on the description so you can go and check it out yourself. And if you do it, let me know, what is your favorite hotel? What is your least favorite hotel? Let's open up a discussion. What is your bucket list place to visit on property, and what is the place where if someone was to give you so much money, you'd be like, fine, I guess, just because I'm going to Disney, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Anyhow, let's take a look at our tier list here. Starting off with the F tier, we've got Saratoga Springs, Key West Resort, Coronado Springs, Yacht Club, and Beach Club. And this is clearly because I do not know enough about these hotels. I feel like I've not watched enough videos about it, or I haven't seen any videos pop up about it. And if I have, it's been a long time. I can't remember. I'm sure Tim Tracker did a lot of. I'm sure he covered all of the Disney hotels at one point, like a few years back. But I don't remember. I can't remember the videos, so they're down there. The D tier for me is Disney's Wilderness Lodge and the Contemporary. I still stand with that. Yeah, I do stand with that. Yeah, the Contemporary. The only thing it's got going for it is the 5-Village Goat and the monorail. Wilderness Lodge, it's just a very high D, teetering on the C. But on the C tier, we have Disney's Grand Floridian and the Pop Century. Now, the other places that I would like to stay more than these, obviously, if someone gave me the money to stay at the Grand Floridian, and I had the money to stay at the Grand Floridian, if it was, if no other places were available, I'd take it in a heartbeat. But like, it's not my first choice. Not my first choice. Pop Century, again, I love the appeal of it. Everyone seems to rave about it. I feel like there's better value resorts. Which moves us on to our B tier, the Riviera. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece of property. Really is. Gorgeous. Art of Animation and All Stars movies. Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Still, as if like I have not just done it. A tier, Boardwalk, Fort Wilderness, and All Stars Sports. Yeah, yeah. Boardwalk, very high A, teetering on the S, but it just leans into the A a little bit more purely because there are a couple of other places that I would love to stay more, and this is our S tier. Polynesian Village is the ticket item, the one that I would love to stay at the most, 100%. Very closely second by Port Orleans Resort. Either of them, either Riverside or French Quarter. Yes, please. Thank you. Caribbean Beach. I stayed there. I loved it. It is hands down probably my favourite resort on the whole property. But it's been lowered down to places that I want to visit more because I have already stayed there. Would I pass up the opportunity? Absolutely not. If someone was saying, listen, Zach, we know what you like. Come stay with us at the Caribbean Beach. Let's do it. Let's freaking go. All Stars Music is one that I do want to stay at, and I am staying there for my 2 weeks this year. Why? Because I love music, and I want to explore the wings. I want to do a full resort tour for my own personal gratification. I just love the look of it. I really, really do. And then Animal Kingdom Lodge is the last one in our S tier. I would love to stay there. I would love to see the animals, have a savannah view. Gorgeous. The food looks beautiful. The hotel looks gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It really, really is beautiful. It really, really is. And that is my tier list. Now, if you guys want to do one, like I said, I'll leave it in the description down below. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, what is your favourite hotel to stay at or want to stay at, bucket list or not? Have you already completed it? Have you already stayed at your favourite hotel? And what is your least favourite hotel? If you have any information about the beach, yacht, Coronado, Key West or Saratoga, and you have a video or you know a video of it, let me know in the comments. Let me know as well. That is something I would love to do and see as well. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me here on this solo pod today. We'll be back next week with some amazing guests as per. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. And I will catch y'all real soon. Until then, have a magical day, Disney adults. Peace out. Much love.